Are you focusing on your social media efforts towards the right audience? Okay, so we got 85 billion in Google, 34 in YouTube, and those are our top two. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. It's Rod and Melody from Next Home Navigator, and today's topic is social media audience, the baby boomers. So let's talk about baby boomers. This generation were born between 1946 and 1964. This generation has a high level of discipline. They're mentally tough as steel. They've got strong principles, and they remain loyal and dedicated to their brands. So,
Cold War, rock and roll, civil rights, suburbia. These are some of the highlights of the baby boomer generation, a 2-decade explosion of children born in the years following World War II. To give you a better idea of why this generation is so important, here are 5 numbers that you should know. This is the number of people in the baby boomer generation born between 1946 and 1964. They were the largest generation in U.S. history at the time and represented nearly 40% of the population. Boomers grew up during the height of American prosperity, enjoying health, security, and consumer comforts never before seen in American history. This is the number of soldiers in the U.S. military that returned home after serving in World War II. They were eager to start families, hopeful that their children would enjoy a more prosperous America, filled with the ideals and morals they fought for overseas. This is the amount of money that American soldiers got when they came home from World War I. World War II vets had it way better, thanks to the GI Bill. The GI Bill was a piece of legislation that gave them the ability to attend college and buy a home, things that allowed them to be secure in starting a family. The helping hand provided by the GI Bill contributed to the rise of baby boomer prosperity. By the way, for those who don't know what GI stands for, it's government issue, and it was a nickname for American soldiers. This is the percentage of disposable income controlled by baby boomers in America today. And with all that dough to throw around, they're big spenders. And where does most of their money go? Towards travel, health, wellness, and pampering their pets. That's right, that money goes to dog haircuts. Haircuts for dogs. That's it. 2041. This is the year that the US is expected to run out of money for Social Security, the federal program that provides financial benefits for retired people. Boomers are retiring in droves, meaning more people will be dependent on Social Security. It also means less workers in the labor force paying taxes to fund those benefits. 2041 is a long way off, though, and experts believe that raising the retirement age and changing Social Security structure can help save it. Baby boomers were one of the most influential generations in history. They changed American society and gave the next generations the cultural freedoms they enjoy. Without baby boomers, America wouldn't be as free or prosperous as it is today.
Okay, so let's review some of those numbers that were in that video. There are 76 million boomers in the United States. And what's interesting is when you look up the stats with NAR, the sellers in 2022, 52% of them were baby boomers. And in 2022, 39% of the buyers were baby boomers. So that's a really interesting fact. Remember in the video, 70%. Baby boomers have access to 70% of the disposable income in the United States. So they've got money to spend. So let's talk about what is important to a baby boomer and what their demographics are as far as advertising to them. Family is incredibly important to them. They have prioritized their children's education and upbringing. Boomers are also known for their love of material goods and for driving consumer spending. These values have left an enduring legacy and continue to influence us today. If you think about it, pre-baby boomers, they went through the Depression, and so they were very conservative. They didn't spend very much money. So their children are the baby boomers, and they are the ones who started to spend more money and really be concerned about, travel. Like they said, they like their pets, they like to travel. Now that they're older, they can. So what are they challenged by? When we are designing marketing programs that are directed to certain segments, we're going to look at what they are thinking about right now so that we can direct the marketing correctly. So obviously they're thinking shortfall in retirement savings. Like, how am I really, because they're living longer. So how am I really going to be able to make it all of those years on the current cost of living? They also think about their home equity. How can I use that home equity to make sure that I can extend that retirement savings? Long-term care costs is something that they're challenged with. And I felt like this was really interesting to throw in here because there are high rates of obesity and diabetes in the baby boomers. And so they are very concerned about their health. They think about that a lot as they age. And as we all age, we are thinking that. They're also considering what their living arrangements are going to be like. Is it a single level living? They do enjoy having a home office because they're more tech savvy than the generation before them. So they might have a home office so that they can extend their work years. They are very challenged with community, meaning challenge is not really the right word here, but they want community. And I'm not saying like community out in the neighborhood. I'm saying community, a group of friends, a group of people that they relate with. That's very important to baby boomers. And as they make moves around the country or, around across the valley, they are thinking, where am I going to be able to create a group of friends, community? And then also convenience, making sure that their life is more convenient. Obviously, they have some money to spend, but it's convenience of, do they want a walking community, or do they want to be able to be close enough to transit? I've had people, be very concerned about the public transit and hospitals, and just access, convenience to things that will make their life a little easier. So let's talk about their online time. What are they doing when they are online? Common activities that engage in in regards to social media. 55% of them are following groups and organizations. That 40% post or watch videos. 26% support causes that they believe in, and 23% of them join groups. So 71% of boomers log into social media daily. That's pretty incredible. 76 million of them, and 71% of them are logging into social media daily. It's pretty incredible, right? That's why you saw Google go so far up, and YouTube as well. Because their social media preference, and this is really what I wanted to pass on to you as we start to look at this segment of audience, is where do they prefer to search for their social media meal for the day? It is YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, which I thought was really interesting, and Pinterest. How are you servicing this audience in your social media marketing? This is a question I want to pose to you just as we are kind of looking at this segment of the population. Betsy, how are you servicing this audience in your social media?
Yeah, I think I have put most of my efforts into Facebook, which I'm like, cool,
Great.
it's on the list. Good job, me. But I have found that that's where I get the most engagement from my SOI, from people I know. I guess I wasn't thinking it was proportionally more baby boomers, but I guess that really is where I'm connected with baby boomers is on Facebook. So anyway, I've noticed things like interactive questions.
That is really good to know, because they like to tell you what their opinion is, right?
They certainly do.
And you want that engagement. So that's really good to know. Bree?
Well, I'm doing terrible at social media at the moment, but I feel like keeping you on the front of their mind by just keeping them up to date on what's going on, either in your life or in the real estate market.
Yeah, so you're getting engagement just by being able to share with them something about your life. I think that's great. And are you seeing what social media platform do you see most of your engagement with baby boomers?
Oh, 100% Facebook.
Okay.
They're all on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, Donna, you're up. This should be really, really easy, right?
Well, it should be with everything I just learned last week, but yeah, I'm horrible at social media. I'm really not good. And the things that they do love have nothing to do with business. It's all my reels, 2.4 million views on a sea lion in Mexico. And, those types of things.
It was on Facebook. Okay, I'm just curious. And
Yeah.
okay, keep going.
So I'm sitting here thinking about my baby boomer husband, and he fits so many of those things that you talked about. Our dogs, our, travel, having a, nice home, driving a nice car, those kinds of things. He hates social media though. So he does not log on unless one of the kids sends him a message on Messenger.
So
yeah.
he's one of those very few that doesn't log on daily.
Yeah, he does not, but he has a very close network of friends. They call them schoolmates, and they, so he fits that mold perfectly. So going forward, I just need to think about what you just posted and think more about what my husband would engage with if he was on social media.
That is perfect. That is perfect. Okay, Rod, how are you serving this audience?
I feel like I just need to be consistent. It's really consistency with a little bit of a mix of personal along with some education. But I think Betsy nailed it when she said, find ways for them to engage with you. So you don't always show up as the expert, but you show up as, I'm really interested in your opinion, because when people feel listened to and smart, they tend to like you better. And I think that's something that I can figure out a little bit more.
Great. Okay, so what are the reasons that they should engage with your information? Facebook works a little bit different. Facebook will start to put it out to more people in your circle, in your friend group. But if you notice, if you don't have much engagement on a post, people aren't seeing it. So what are reasons that they should be able to, that they should engage with your information? Rod, do you have any ideas of what reasons they could engage with you?
It's interesting because I do think that they are interested in learning, because they're all usually college educated, right? Most of these guys are college educated. They did the 401k programs. They supported the government that supported them. They're still seeking information. They're still seeking experts. But the other thing that your slide said is, community and family, and making sure that we're highlighting different areas of the community. I was thinking as I was driving through West Valley City yesterday, how many small businesses are in West Valley City? Anyways, more community stuff as well, I think, is important. So it's not just always about real estate.
So for you, creating community reasons. Betsy, what reasons can you think of besides the choice? The choice idea is great. I wrote that down.
My dad has a bunch of rich old guy friends, right? And always I ask them, what's the highest interest rate you've ever paid on your house? Or like historical things, they really like to talk, about, and it's helpful and it's interesting. And so,
Awesome.
Questions about their experience, because they've owned multiple homes, way more experience in the housing market than I do at this point, right? So
lean into asking them for their story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that. Bree, can you think of any ways to engage?
Well, I mean, they're retired, right? So they're kind of bored. I feel like entertainment mixed with some knowledge. Like Donna said, I mean, there's 2 million views on a random sale on social media, as well as, like Betsy said, like talking about kind of their knowledge and asking them questions and making them engaged on the actual entertainment post.
Okay, awesome.